We can get going, okay, good. Thanks for coming, appreciate it. Up until about a month ago, our idea of a celebration was about 6 or 7 of us going to beer. So this is doing quite a bit different. This is thrown into the Mason project. And I'm Tony Wire, the Executive Director of Service Lines and Outreach at St. Pat's, serving Missoula. And we're going to have 4 speakers for you today. But we're going to start with a prayer, and I'm going to have Ann Douglas, who is our manager of the RiverWalk Crisis Center, introduce our special guest for us.
Awesome. This is Arca. He is a Salish language and cultural specialist. So he's about it.
Thanks. Hello, everybody. My name is Steve Arca. I'm from Ronan. My mom's side Bellstyle, and my dad's side after Collins. I'm also a little bit Irish. And so I was coming down and I was expecting this to be on a trail or something. And I didn't ask Ann what time we're going to be doing here. And find out a little bit more information. It's pretty fitting. This river, these riverways for our people a long time ago, they were our highways, they were our roads before horses were here. We used canoes and we would go up and down and travel that way. Our name for Missoula as a tribe, we refer to it, and that's basically boat trout. And then the name Missoula itself comes from the Messapet. That's a word, I think it was the wife of Higgins, had a trading post somewhere by the Y a long time ago, and he couldn't say it all the way, so he had to name some Messapet, Missoula. That's from Missoula, and the gold comes from. And what translates is something about cold, shiny waters, and I think it's pretty much from here all the way to where it hits the Batty River and come back out of the block. Batty Lake, that whole stretch is called that. Anyway, a little bit of history on this, and I was just asked to do a prayer again. I was doing something small. So much, but it's a real big deal, and I just wanted to explain that a little bit to you. I'll pray in the language now. Just welcome me, and that's the gentleman here with this word to score. And I'm glad to be here to be a part of this. Voor dat kun doen, je kunt scheppen, je staat al. Wie kan op zich zo doen, is ja. Wie neemt gestig, hoe kan je zwaar. Hoe kan je dat? En dat is ook zwaar, wie is niet goed te nemen. Dan treedt u zet je zwaar, en gestig niet op. En gestig je zijn. Gestig je kerst verloos, en dus staat je tegen hoe en hoe ik de kerst verloos. En mensen zelf ook gestig in de boer. Dan gestig je kerst verloos, en gestig je kerst van me. Dan gestig je kerst van me, en gestig je kerst. En kerst wat je hebt, dat is juist best toe te doen. En dat is jouw koeling, dat is koeling toe. En lopen, kerst wat je hebt, kerst ja. Tracy kerst. Zo ciao met wat. And this is my prayer, short prayer, is praying for the name of Shushuet, in Quebec, Shushuet, RiverWalk, River Road. There's a set of our roads, and I pray for all of our roads. Everybody comes through here, they have a good road ahead of them, and like sometimes not too kind of crazy, but if we all stay on our path, and keep it straight and keep strong with our beliefs, if we take all the stuff that's bad away from our hearts and put in just the good, and if we have good hearts, we have good thoughts, and if our thoughts are good, our words are going to be good, and it'll be good for everybody who hears those words, and it's good medicine for everybody, and everybody goes back to where their homes are. Really, nothing but good medicine for everybody, and that's kind of how we're supposed to be. And it's not just us, I think this whole world is to hear more than that. I think you all believe that. But things get in the way. Life gets really hard for me, and we make some choices sometimes that really not be the best. But today we're praying for good choices and good roads. And let's thank you guys for being here. I was going to start to sing the song, but okay. So the one I'm always trying to think goes away. Thank you.
Oh, that's maybe for a second. Thank you, Steve. Well, there's quite a few people and organizations that, this has been a 3-year project. That over the last 3 years, it was for them, surely they would stand here today. And one of those is the county. Missoula is a tremendous support, seriously. Specifically, Ranger got Slotnick. I remember having a couple conversations with him over the couple of years saying, I'm not sure this is going to happen, I'm not sure it's going to work. And he would say, it's going to work, don't worry, it's going to integrate. He was right, so like the way that got Slotnick.
I'm still chills from Stephen.
Thank you. Thanks for that, Valor.
It's a huge deal, and we're here, as Tom said, 3 years, maybe more than 3 years in the making to get to this point. A couple things I wanted to say, just information to get this right out. They're not as fun or as enjoyable as the stuff we just heard. How is this thing funded? Everybody just got their property tax bills and people are really on edge. So, a handful of years ago, in the height of COVID, we were able to get some Arca money from the federal government. And we had long conversations about what to do with all that money. And at that point, we were very well aware that community mental health was at top of concern for people in Missoula County. So we swirled away right then and there $1 million, earmarked for community mental health. Shortly after that, I remember having conversations, where's Terry?
Right here.
There you are, with Terry Kendrick. And with our former Mayor John Aiken about exactly this, a crisis receiving center. So why do we need such a place? For people who are marginalized, their marginalization means they don't have a place to be. And people in crisis are deeply marginalized. Think about your own reaction. You're walking down the street in our beautiful downtown, and you see someone on the sidewalk having a big argument with no one. They're speaking to someone who isn't there. They're surrounded by squalor. They really need help. For most people, and I'm going to say me included, I'm going to give that person a wide berth, don't make eye contact, and keep walking. What that person really needs is just the opposite. Further ammunition, because what I think we're doing. further marginalizes them and puts them farther away from any hope of healing and getting better. Thankfully, we have MST. Thank you guys and everybody who's involved with MST, mobile support team. The person I'm talking about, when first responders are called, it's not always law enforcement, it's often mobile support team when we have somebody who can do physical health and somebody who can do mental health and tend to this person. But this person needs a place to go. Being in crisis is not a crime. Bringing that person to jail is a horrible misuse of expensive resources and our really well-run jail. If that person's brought to the emergency room, again, it's not quite right. So think about the emergency room. You got a compound fracture. This is a big deal. This is urgent. Your compound fracture is going to be dealt with right then and there. That person who's having an argument with someone who isn't present on the sidewalk, the urgency of their need is just, that's not going to be dealt with at the emergency room. There's a difference here between urgent and important. The urgency is that person is living outside keeps water. The important is how are we going to help get them better? And that can't be done in one moment of the urgency. It's the wrong place. We need a place where the urgent can be dealt with mental health, and calm down. And then we can come together to figure out how to deal with the important. How are we going to actually get this person better? I believe there's only one other place like this in the state. There's a handful of places like this in the country. And because partnerships leverage resources, we now have one too. Before seating this stage, I want to give a huge, giant, immeasurably large thank you to Terry, who is the godmother of this project, who wanted to retire, wanted to move on in her life, and could not let go until we opened these doors. Terry has incredible skill at working with groups, at not being discouraged when hitting an obstacle. It's just something you go around and figure out another way. If it wasn't for Terry, we wouldn't be here. I'm going to say similar things about Tom McGuire. Every obstacle, every organizational challenge, you don't have money, you don't have this, what are we going to do? He just kept on going. With a smile, kept on going. And I want to say thanks not just to Tom, but to the folks you worked with and for at Providence who gave him the space to do this. Again, partnerships leverage resources. The county played a role, the federal government played a role. These guys played a role, all the other organizations that they're affiliated with, Western Montana, who owns this space. If I try and rattle off, I'm going to skip something. That's why I'm back in fifth list. No one entity can do this on their own. No one entity can attempt to address community mental health or homelessness or anything like that on their own. We need each other. This problem needs each other, and this is evidence of what happens when we actually come together. So thank you all for coming.
Joel, this fall is on my 35th year out there. And I learned one thing as a leader is hire really good, really smart people. And for the manager that we knocked it out of our, we had a role
Wait.
well, party very soon.
60 second countdown.
Oh. So half of us is the manager of your block, Crisis Center, and both the PhD, we clinical psychology in the University of Montana. This is Cap Week, so go Grizz. And a member of the Blackfeet tribe, so please welcome me to
Thanks everybody for coming. I'm really excited about this facility. I love that it's really a team effort and that, there's a bunch of different players that made this happen. And I'm honored that they took me to manage this facility, and I'm excited what we're going to be able to bring to the community, a trauma-informed, culturally appropriate facility for our guests that come through the door, and that we're going to be able to respond to mental health crises and that people will be treated with respect and dignity when they're in our tools. So yeah, thanks for coming, and yeah, you heard us.
Thank you, Jerry Girl. For the last 3 years. One of our great partners in all this is West Montana. When we first started thinking about doing this project, it was, where are we going to do it? If you haven't noticed, the cost of real estate in Missoula is really expensive. And so Western had a building. They had a building on a campus that's already designed. Western has helped us with management, have helped us with team resources, facilities. And Brian? Yes. Brian, raise your hand. This guy's amazing. Really proud to have partnered with Western Montana Mental Health. I'm in by Colleen. Rudio is the interim CEO for Western Montana Mental Health Centers.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I want you to take a minute and just kind of give yourself a 360 around this room. When you look at not only who's in this room right now, but who's going to be served in this room, I'm going to borrow a little bit of what Ann said. They're going to be our guests. And I think that one of the things that we are really proud of here at Western is being able to collaborate and create new collaborations and new opportunities to work with other partners in the community. I want to just echo some of what Tom said. You know, when you think about taking this endeavor on with our architects and our facilities team on top of everything else that they're doing for our organization across the entire state that we serve, that's a huge endeavor. And it didn't matter what obstacle came about. They worked together with Terry and Tom and everyone else to figure out how to work around it. So it is a true honor for our team, for our HR department, for our clinical team, and everyone that just really stepped up in a big way to create not only this space, but to fill this space very quickly with those that need care and need support and need to be respected while they take that path down to their next journey in life. And need to know that they're not only being cared in this moment, but also being surrounded by an organization like Western, like Providence, like our partners in the community, United Way, so on and so forth, to really understand what they need, not only now, but next, and create that continuum of care in a community that does not exist beforehand. So as you're walking out of here, as you're saying hello, as you're saying goodbye to folks, take a look back and think about all those that will be walking through those doors that you're going to be walking out of today. Because those doors were created with a lot of collaboration, a lot of respect for every person that's underneath them. So huge gratitude to everyone here at Western. It's an amazing team. They do tremendous work every single day. And I'm very glad to have Ann as part of our team. So that's wonderful to have her leading and guiding us. And we just look forward to continuing to collaborate with Terry and Tom and Susan and everyone else in the community. Thank you for being here.
So the last feature, but not least, is the guy I had a privilege of working with every single day. And that's Jeremy Williams. Jeremy, military trained nurse. Thank you for your service, Jeremy. He's been at St. Pat's for 6 years, 3 of those as director. And I remember saying to him, hey, how would you like me to direct them? And he was like, cool, let's do it. I see you all the time from Jeremy, like, yeah, cool, let's do it. And so I just love working with this guy, and this week artist, welcome Jeremy Williams.
So they picked me to be cleanup hitter, and you can also see that I wrote things down because when I get started, sometimes I don't stop. If you work with me, you know that's true. So I just wanted to start really talking about RiverWalk and just how important this site is for our community. You know, mental health touches so many of us in our lives, with our families, our friends. It's more impactful than I think we as a culture, we as a nation have given credit for so long. And I'm really excited about this site because it really is that recognition that our community needs this. And not only do we need it, but we deserve it. See, faster than you thought. So the center really is part of this evidence-based model that we're trying to really focus on with the Crisis Now model. You know, making sure that we have somebody to call with 988, making sure that we have somebody to show up with mobile support team, and also making sure that we have somewhere to go. And that's really where the Crisis Center comes into play. You know, I think we've talked a lot just around all the key players that have been involved throughout the last many years of trying to get this project going, from community members to Behavioral Health Alliance members coming together for a shared goal to make sure that we saw this through all the difficulty, confusion. Is this really going to happen? Do we want to do this? And really trying to make sure that we have those difficult conversations when we need to, and moving forward with the plan as we set forth. I want to call out the late Mayor Engen, as he really was one of our first advocates, as Commissioner Slotnick called out for this project. And then also our retired Chief Executive, Joyce Dombrowski. She really was the one who told Tom and I, this has to happen. You have to make sure that this happens, and no matter what, we need to support this in every way. And then I just really want to thank all our funders, Missoula County, the state with DP, HHS, Wellbeing Trust, Violet, and West Montana Mental Health Center. So thank you everyone for showing up. That's a lot less than what I wrote down. I abbreviate it, but really thank you for everyone for showing up and just showing the support for this great new step in our journey. And we're so excited to get this up and going. So thank you. And then Lois, you have something? And Lois didn't want to speak, but I'm going to make her now.
Yes. Ms. Terry.
Thank you for everything. You have been everything to us, and you just want to honor that. And honor to make sure that you know how much we appreciate everything that you continue to do for the center. So thank you.
Other items real quick. Want to thank the Keep Alliance for being here also in Missoula County. That's a great group of folks that provide mental health services in this hamlet, comes together on a regular basis, talks about how we can improve, what we can do different, how we can work together. These partnerships are so incredibly important, and I think it's what separates Missoula County from other places that are struggling. It's even more important. As you can see, we're still a work in progress. There's still some work yet to be done. The chairs are here. We want to put them in and we know who we have as we can. But there's still our same thing that it was like we had the usual the next couple of weeks with full able to take caching. There are some information sheets up here. You want to take one? Some masks here. Colin and Aliani, you want to raise your hands? This is our amazing architect team. So first of all, I want to thank them for all the work. Many times going in, they wondered if they were going to get paid. Maybe you still haven't been paid. But they are available if you want to have a tour of the building. Jeremy, Ann, and others are available if you want to ask about the operations. And I think we're going to close with a ribbon cutting. And of course, we're going to have our main square of this project. There we do the ribbon cut.
Can I say one, Bill?
Yes.
I just want to say one really inspirational event, and that is no one leave without a cookie. Back there, have at it. I also do want to call out two people. One is I need to thank the Montana Healthcare Foundation and specifically Scott Malloy, who funded me to do some of this work, so you're going to blame him. And then I also want to say that my mom is here. You see? And thanks everybody who worked up. Labor of love.
Yeah, this guy here does all the work. Short staff. goes up about 10, 12 hours a day to make this happen. Thank you.
So everybody put on your protective eye gear. So that
Never run with scissors.
I'm gonna cut Susan Haypatrick's bangs. Okay, we ready?